How does traditional ecological knowledge impact Indigenous archaeology? Imagine a world where stories, practices, and observations from Indigenous communities help us understand the past more clearly. That's what traditional ecological knowledge brings to archaeology. It is the deep, long-term understanding Indigenous peoples have of their local environments, learned over many generations. This knowledge covers how plants grow, animal behaviors, seasonal changes, and how humans have historically interacted with nature. In archaeology, tech is not just extra info, it shapes how research is planned and carried out. Indigenous communities often share their stories about land use, which archaeologists can then compare with physical evidence. For example, oral histories might describe how fire was used to manage grasslands. Archaeologists can look for charcoal deposits or soil layers to confirm these practices. This way, tech helps verify and expand scientific findings. Working with tech changes how archaeologists see past societies. Instead of viewing Indigenous peoples as simply resource users or passive inhabitants, archaeologists now recognize them as active land stewards. They shaped ecosystems through practices like controlled burning, planting, and land management. This challenges older ideas that saw humans as separate from nature or only focused on resource extraction. Partnerships between archaeologists and Indigenous communities are becoming more common. These collaborations often involve Indigenous leaders guiding research questions, fieldwork, and how results are shared. This respects Indigenous sovereignty and makes findings more accurate. For example, Indigenous knowledge about traditional food gathering can help archaeologists find sites related to ancient diets and land use. Tech also supports current conservation efforts. Archaeological studies informed by Indigenous knowledge can reveal how ecosystems thrived in the past. This helps modern land management, especially in areas where Indigenous practices like prescribed burning have been disrupted. Restoring these practices can improve ecological health and preserve cultural heritage. However, blending tech with Western scientific methods can sometimes cause disagreements. Some archaeologists see tech as less scientific because it relies on long-term observation and oral tradition. Others value it as a vital source of environmental data. The key is respecting tech as a legitimate way of knowing and integrating it ethically into research. Ethical questions about ownership and control come up when using tech. Indigenous communities want to decide how their knowledge is shared and used. Best practices now include genuine collaboration, shared decision-making, and returning knowledge to the communities. This approach helps protect cultural heritage and builds trust. In practical terms, tech helps locate archaeological sites, interpret artifacts, and reconstruct past environments more accurately. It also plays a role in revitalizing Indigenous cultural practices today. For instance, archaeological work based on tech has helped restore traditional fire regimes in North American grasslands, benefiting both ecosystems and cultural traditions. Overall, traditional ecological knowledge deeply influences Indigenous archaeology by providing detailed environmental insights, reshaping how we understand the past, guiding ethical research, and supporting conservation. Its integration makes archaeology more inclusive, truthful, and respectful of Indigenous rights and knowledge.